The Valheim developers recently did a stream over on Twitch, and during this stream, they talked about a few new things that are going to be coming relating to the MISTLANDS update, including the new mob that we're going to have there, and also the Yaglu thing. So there's a little bit to talk about on both of those things, as well as talking about the new item coming to the game. So today I'm just going to very briefly go through all of this stuff. As I say, the full stream is down in the video description if you guys want to see the whole thing. So first up, let's talk about the new mob that is coming that a lot of people have been calling a moth. But the Valheim devs are very keen to make sure that nobody thinks of it as a moth. They don't like that term for it. And I believe it was Robin Grimcore who said what it actually should be called is a seeker, and said that is a very good name for it. Now, to me, this could be taken in a few different ways. Is it a seeker like a death skeeto, where it's going to seek you out to come and attack you? Possibly, but I think it could be in a different way, because why call that a seeker and not something different? The death skeeto is not called a seeker. It's not thought of in that way. There's going to be a way to explore the MISTLANDS, and it's going to be a bit different, and I'm going to come on to this a bit later with other things they've said, to exploring normal biomes. And I wonder if the Seeker seeks out us, or does it seek out something else, something in the MISTLANDS that maybe we as players want to find? Whether that is a boss location, a dungeon, something lootable, I don't know. But be interested to get you guys' thoughts on all this stuff. As always, let me know what you're thinking down in the comments. So other things they said about this Seeker is that it is designed for MISTLANDS. It is not going to be friendly, it's not going to be tameable, so possibly that means it's going to be hostile. However, one thing that hasn't really been thought about much is it could be neutral. I don't think this has been asked of the devs yet. I certainly haven't seen it being asked of them. But, a mob doesn't necessarily have to be hostile or tameable. It could be neutral. Now, what I mean by that is it could be a mob that doesn't attack you, but if you attack it, maybe it does attack you back. Or it could be a mob that doesn't attack you, but just simply isn't tameable, maybe doesn't have any useful drops. It's going to be interesting, but the fact they've called it a seeker, I think, is where the key is here. It obviously seeks something out, so it either seeks us out, in which case it's going to be hostile, or it might seek out, as I said, something we want to find. Now, talking about the tameability of mobs, they have said that no mobs that are going to be in MISTLANDS will be tameable. However, they have said, but that doesn't mean that there could be, basically they've said there could be mobs there that are already tamed, which to me means there are going to be mobs there that are already tamed, because otherwise, really, why would you say that, right? That's not a thing in Valheim. All mobs in the game at the moment are either tameable or untameable, but none start out as tamed mobs, unless, of course, they've been born to mobs you've already tamed. But obviously, for what they're talking about here, a new biome you get there to explore, sounds to me like there's going to be mobs there that are already tamed, which I think is quite interesting. I look forward to seeing what those mobs are going to be. Part of me hopes it's going to be goats that can jump up and down those massive Mistland cliffs that we've seen. I doubt it is that, but I would love it if it is that. Again, if you have any thoughts, let us know in the comments. So another thing they've talked about is the Yaglu thing. Now, what I mean by that is when you kill Yaglu, you get an item, and they have said all along, this item is a placeholder for something that will come in the future. Well, guys, we're heading towards the future, because in the MISTLANDS update, the Yaglu thing, that drop that is named that, is going to be something else. Now, they haven't really indicated what this something else is going to be too much, but they did say that you will need the Yaglu thing to navigate MISTLANDS. Now, that's quite interesting, because in a way, like when you kill bone mass, you can then go and navigate the mountains to find silver by using the wishbone, right? And that is kind of helps you to navigate to certain points within the mountain biome. Now, it's not clear whether the Yaglu thing is going to be something that takes you to specific points, or if it's more of a utility thing. When I was watching Christie's video, Game with Christie, she talked about maybe it's going to be something that helps you to climb these massive cliffs, which I thought, is quite a cool idea, but it's unclear so far what this is actually going to be. Now, one thing I did think is maybe this is going to tie in with the Seeker. So, for example, is there, like the Yaglu thing, maybe when you're holding the Yaglu item, or maybe when you activate it in the same way that you would, say, a wishbone, do the Seeker mobs then get triggered to go and seek whatever it is that we want to find? Maybe, right? I mean, I'm just guessing here, I'm just speculating, but could be a thing that they've designed, this new mob to be a Seeker, and for the Yaglu thing to tie in somehow with that Seeker to help us navigate that biome, maybe to find, as I say, a loot location, a dungeon, whatever's going to be in there. We don't know, but I thought it was an interesting thought, and again, I'd like to know what you guys think of this down in the comments. A couple other things they said about MISTLANDS is it looks like there's not going to be any spiders there. Fantastic news as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, I think that was like an original plan, and they've changed the direction that MISTLANDS is going in. So any people who are not fans of the arachnids will be very pleased to hear that. But what do you guys think? I'd love to know your thoughts on all this. There's so much speculation at the moment, so let's get that discussion going. And finally, we're going to have this thing. This is the drinking horn, and it's going to be integrated into the game. as an item that everyone can get, whereas previously it was only people that were there in the very early days of Valheim that were able to get this special drinking horn or special items or whatever. This is now going to be in the game for everyone to have. I'm guessing it's just an alternative way of drinking mead. I did think it'd be cool if it had a second use, or a different use to just drinking mead from. What that could be, I don't know just yet. Maybe it ties in with the MISTLANDS update. Maybe there's something there. Who knows? But it is cool to have a new item in the game because, why not? There we go, guys. Valheim news delivered as quickly as I can possibly do it while still covering the main points, as I always do. If you like that style of video and want to see more, please do consider liking and subscribing. But for now, we're going to get on with the dad jokes, and I just want to say thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Why did the Cyclops close down his school? Because he only had one pupil. Why do scuba divers fall backwards out of the boat? Because if they fell forwards, they'd still be in the boat. What do you call a Frenchman wearing sandals? Philippe Fallope. In 2015, someone asked me where I saw myself in 5 years. I said, I don't know. I don't have 20/20 vision.